Welcome to the Second Briefing Podcast with Scott and Tom. We're recording from the Gunslinger Clubhouse in beautiful downtown Hillsboro.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott, and I spent 23 years on patrol at a local sheriff's office.
Hey, and I'm Tom. I spent 26 years at that same sheriff's office working with Scott.
In this podcast, we're going to be speaking with former and retired police officers about their life after police work and how they've been dealing with civilian life.
Hey, and maybe we'll have a little fun along the way. Boom, hashtag.
Okay, everybody, let's get to the podcast. Hey everybody, we have our first sponsor of the Second Briefing Podcast. Tall Fur Coffee was started by a retired police officer. Tall Fur roasts and packages their own coffee and has several blends such as Guatemalan and Sumatran. There is even cold brew if you prefer. It gets Tom and I ready for our day. I was not a coffee stop before, but now I am, and Tall Fur is the best.
Right now, you go to tallfurcoffee.com and enter the code Second Briefing for 15% off your order. That's the number 2 with an ND briefing for 15% off your order. Thanks for Tall Fur Coffee for all your support.
Order yours today and support first responders. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the fifth episode
it's
of the
five
Second
already.
Briefing Podcast. I'm Scott, and I'm here with...
Tommy
Three
Buckmaster.
words.
The
Three
three
words.
words. Tommy Buckmaster.
That's right.
Welcome back. Nice to see everybody.
Yeah. So we've got our Gerba joke of the day, and this one is...
Hashtag kill Gerba.
oh, yeah, I got to kill Gerba. Chuck Norris asked Gerba how many push-ups he could do. And what
yeah.
did Gerba say?
Oh, yeah, he says, it doesn't matter. I have a boat.
That's right.
Who cares? I got a boat. Hashtag kill Gerba.
Killing Gerba over and over again.
So today we have a very special guest. He worked in a local department right next to, well, actually in our county where Scott and I worked.
Yeah.
Mark Luca, or Mark M, or Mark L.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I worked with him on the transit unit with, also we had Bill on here. You remember Bill?
Bill.
Bill from Tigard?
Oh God, I don't remember Bill.
You don't remember Bill?
Was I was in Portland the last few years when transit,
he went out in Gresham.
I don't remember
Bill
him.
C.
Oh yeah, okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
I'm number
just
5.
Came out. He just came out. He's
Okay.
actually came out yesterday.
okay.
I watched the episode. Yeah.
I did
it's
not
on-
see that
it's
one.
on
I
there,
saw the
yeah.
other one with Drew,
Drew.
but and that was great actually. That was
Yeah, it was a
funny.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah, Drew's a good
He had
guy.
some good stories.
He was well behaved. I noticed.
Yeah,
He
except for
looked
that story.
Well, yeah.
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 I've never heard that story, and I can't believe I never heard that story before.
God, I mean, I've got a good story with him too. If when that time comes.
Yeah,
on this.
absolutely.
We want to hear that story.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
we do.
It's a good one. I'll never forget it.
Yeah. 'Cause it happens. Yeah.
Well, so tell us about what you did in law enforcement, where you worked, or you don't have to name
Yeah.
the agency
You
if you
don't
don't
need
want
to name the
to,
department, yeah.
but you can.
Unless you
I'm
want
fine.
to. That's up to you. We'll
That's
leave
on
that-
you.
That's all up to you.
It's all good. I started in '94 as a reserve, and back then it was tough. It's not like now where it was like thousands were applying for just a few positions,
Absolutely, yeah.
and so I wasn't,
Winning the lottery.
It was like winning the lottery, yeah.
Pretty
And,
much.
and I wasn't the smartest guy in the world. I wasn't dumb, but I wasn't the smartest guy in the world.
Common sense, street smarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And written test was not my forte.
Hey,
Oh, man.
Are we related? Maybe.
We might be brothers then. We might be brothers. Yeah, you and I, and we weren't the sharpest tools in
Yeah.
the shed. We worked together,
Yeah.
but we had a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
But as so I was smart enough to figure out that I needed to find the backdoor entrance into law enforcement, so I became a reserve in Sherwood.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And I think there was only like 2,000 people in that city, and got in as a reserve. And I was working at a gym, and I put in so many reserve hours, though. After work, I was going there. I mean, literally like almost every day. And eventually got hired full-time there. That was my backdoor entrance into law enforcement. Got to be the
Yeah.
academy, and
That picks everything up. just
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know, the mic.
Okay, I won't
the
do
mics
that.
are very
Sorry.
sensitive.
That's all right.
Yeah. Forgot to tell you that.
yeah.
Tom learned the hard way.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah.
The
Okay.
bracelets, like, they pick everything up. And
Yeah.
my rings, I just tapped my ring.
Yeah, and I had a great time in Sherwood, even though I lived day to day there. It felt like I thought I was going to get fired every day. The training was terrible. I had basically an I started with FTEP, no academy. And after about a month of that, riding with somebody, I was thrown out on Graveyard all by myself.
Oh, wow. It's very different
Very different.
than what it is now.
Very different. Of course, made a lot of mistakes, got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But eventually I left after 4 years, went to Tualatin. I was a better experience there. I actually got some
Good.
training and then ended up my last, I think, 10 years was in Hillsboro. So I had a great time there.
Good.
What did you get any when you were in Sherwood? Obviously, you didn't get any special teams over there, right?
No, I mean, it was such a tiny department. I mean, they could, again, I was by myself on Graveyard
Yeah.
and brand new to law enforcement. In fact, there was a guy. I mean, after this, it was after about a month I'd been on, and I don't think I'd even gone to the academy yet. I was going to a DV call, and it was out in the county, and the county had nobody available except one guy, so they called a Sherwood guy to kind of help out. And so that was me, and we're driving to this address, and out in the middle of nowhere, no light or anything. I'm a city guy. I'm used to having street lights and things like that. There's no lights out there. I don't know how you guys did that.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't.
Oh,
go
we did. I
didn't work out.
I stayed in
West-
Beaverton.
Okay. Okay.
I stayed where
The
street-
unincorporated part.
Yeah.
of course,
Okay, yeah. And I'll never forget. God, I can't remember this guy's name, but Sean Blaylock was.
Oh,
his
yeah.
name.
Oh, Sean.
We know
yeah.
Sean very well.
He's still working.
Is he really?
He
Yeah,
works
we're
in the
just-
county out by Bend.
Yeah, by Bend, yeah.
Okay,
We won't say the county, but he works
okay.
out there.
Okay, Sean will never. Sean and I are forever kind of linked together after
Yeah.
this incident. We're going out in the county. There's no lights, and I'm trying to find this address. He's trying to find it, so he's in front of me in a car, and he's rolling up to mailboxes, looking at the street, the address, and I'm right behind him, and I'm doing the same thing, and so he'd go to one mailbox, floor it, go to the next one, and until we found the right spot to park. And sure enough, I was looking at the house, looking for an address, and I freaking slammed him into him, rear-ended him at about 30 or 40 miles per hour.
no.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We both ended up in the hospital.
Oh, no.
I'd just been
Oh,
hired.
jeez.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'll never forget, I was in the stretcher.
But this is why you're at Sherwood.
I was at Sherwood.
All right.
And looking up at the sky thinking, well, this is a short career. About a month.
Now I see why you get fired every day.
Yeah, I did. And
Oh
the chief of police then was, there was no HR back in those days either. There was none of that, especially in Sherwood. And he made no bones about it. I screwed up again. I was gone.
Oh,
So,
Nice, and you're out.
and it permanently scarred me. And,
Oh, no.
And every time I saw Sean Blaylock, he had to remind me of that incident. And I just
course
went,
he did, yeah.
God. Yeah. But that was a bad one. I'll never forget the other deputies rolling up at the scene, and
Oh, no.
everybody was giggling about it. And I was
yeah.
again, it was
You
a
didn't get
bad
any
night.
nicknames from that or anything like that?
Oh, I probably did. I never heard of them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure I did.
Crash.
Something like that.
That's a nice version, probably, right?
That was a much nicer version. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. When you were at Tualatin, did you get on any teams over there?
Yes, we had. They started up kind of a street crimes type unit.
Okay.
They called it the Community Response Unit, and that was a lot of fun. We could do a little bit of plain clothes, a little bit of uniform, and we did some fantastic stuff there, though. Really did. We made a lot of good arrests. No one back then was doing like search warrants or things like that in Tualatin, and
Right.
started doing that, and yeah,
Doing some real police work.
we did actual police work.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a
Yeah.
lot of
Nice
fun,
to do that.
proactive stuff.
Yeah,
There
that's
you go.
good.
That is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What about Hillsboro? Anything good there? Like
Yeah.
special teams?
Yeah, when I got to Hillsboro, I was just having so much fun, just having, working in a city that actually had some good crime in it.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But then I eventually got on their street crimes unit,
Yeah.
and it was the same type of gig,
Yeah.
except better crime to investigate. And so I did that for years, and then transit the last 5 years there, which was fun. I think I was in the West Side a few years, and then my last 3 years I was in downtown Portland, working that area.
So he got out before they switched it because they have the one out here now, right? As opposed to
No,
going
he
to
was out
Portland.
here too.
Yep.
Because we worked
but,
together. out
okay,
here.
but you could work east side, different than where you normally
You
work.
could go anywhere based on your seniority because you went.
Oh, okay.
So, based on your seniority at your department. Mm-hmm. So, like when I came on transit, I could bump pretty much anybody except for the
Yes.
2 senior guys at Portland.
Okay.
You did bump people, as
Yeah.
I remember too. You got some people out of the way. To get,
They were all worried where I was going to go.
Tom's a bumper.
When they heard me when
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
on the team.
They were all freaked out about his seniority.
where
I
I'm
remember
gonna
that
go,
now.
'cause
Oh,
they
yeah.
were all worried where I was going to go. Like, oh shit, he's going to come down here and bump me. And
Yeah.
Old man
all you have
Tom.
to do is come down and bump.
Yeah.
And then they leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Because you can, and the same with their overtime. You get overtime off seniority too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
All right.
transit was fun.
Transit was a lot of fun.
I think that was my second favorite gig.
Yeah. Which I'll never forget. Before I went to Portland, though, there was a funny story. It was kind of a funny story, but it involved one of your previous people that you called before me. Can I say his
You mean
first-
Drew?
Yes,
Andrew?
Drew.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you can say his name.
Drew.
say his name.
Yeah.
Everybody says his name.
Yeah.
His name's on everybody's lips.
He was a he
really is.
Drew is he is an interesting character, as you guys
Oh,
know.
yeah.
You guys know him probably better than me, but I got to know him at Transit. Incredibly smart, but he uses his intelligence for evil sometimes.
That's actually a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That
No
is
one's ever
good.
put it that way, but that is a really good way
Evil.
to put it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he could be the nicest guy in the world, but I remember there was I was working out of the West Side office here in Hillsboro, and we were a pretty close team then. And it was me, Drew, this guy named Seth from Tualatin, and Matt Jacobson. He was at Forest Grove. He went to Portland. Did real good in Portland when he got there.
Yeah.
And Troy Maslin from
Yeah.
Forest Grove.
Yeah.
We all go to lunch at this Middle Eastern food place in Hillsboro. And Troy ordered the kofta, which is, like meat that's barbecued or grilled. And it's kind of, circular or cylinder-like. And he orders it, and it tasted awful. And we all took a bite of it, and I was like, no, don't eat that, Troy. That is horrible. That is bad. And so he doesn't eat it. Well, then during the course of this lunch, Drew takes the meat, and he kind of just took it with him. And later on,
Everybody noticed this, or just
I didn't notice it. I don't think anybody else did either.
so he did it on the sly? Okay.
He did it on the sly.
All
Kind of
right.
weird. This whole premeditated plan of his.
Yeah.
And he took the meat, and he told me later, he goes, I stuck half of it in Siciliani, his locker,
Oh, that's
and hid it in the back. I'm like, oh my God, okay. And I'm thinking he's going to tell him or something later, maybe. Or Seth. And Seth and I, we were kind of back to back in the locker room. He was right by me. And I knew about it. Everybody else knew about it except Seth. And he took the other half of the meat, and he took it over to Troy's house and put it on his doorstep. And apparently his wife found it, Troy was all bent out of shape about it.
It
Oh,
freaked
my
her
God.
out, right?
Yeah.
why is it?
Well, then like a month later, I'm in the locker room. We're all in the locker room. It was at the end of our shift. And Seth is going through his locker, and he finds this piece of meat. And now it's even worse.
Oh no.
Yeah, he finds.
I'm surprised you couldn't smell it prior to that, though.
I thought so too.
would
I mean,
think, right?
actually, I think that's what alerted him. He started smelling something, and so he started digging around in his locker. And I'm right there, and he finds it. He's like, "What? Can we swear on this podcast?"
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure. I don't know
What
if
the-
we can.
He was
Sure.
like, "What the fuck was this?" He was pissed, and I'm like, "Oh, bro, I don't know." And I'm just like, "I don't know."
I'll get in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
didn't do it.
I did. That's what I think I said. And Cookson's there. He's got his little smirk, and
Oh, my
Jacobson. He was like Switzerland. He stayed out of everything. And
Oh my God.
Seth's pissed, and he takes a piece of meat, and he thinks I did it. I had nothing to do with this. And he takes meat and he flings it in my locker.
Oh,
Oh, well, that's all.
blames
And-
you.
Yeah, so I lose my shit because, we're cops, we're regimented, we keep a nice locker and everything like that. My stuff is all organized and clean. Now it's got this rotten meat all over it.
Oh,
So I wasn't happy. So I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't do it. And he goes, doesn't matter. You knew about it. I go, well, why don't you go look at that guy over there? So then I'm pissed now.
He's
And
timing out
Drew's
Cooks,
not
ain't he?
saying anything. We're both super pissed, and Drew's just sitting back giggling. like the devil. He is
Yeah.
the puppet master.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So then I take the meat, what's left of it, I took a hunk of it and I throw it in his locker, and then he takes it. We're going back and forth. Like, we're two adults. We're in uniform. This is after our shift. This is bad.
Yeah.
And
Food fight with rotten meat.
with rotten meat. And then he comes, he's going to do it again in my locker, and I grab his arm, and we're fighting over this freaking piece of meat because I don't want him to throw it in my locker anymore.
And it's all Drew's fault.
It's all Drew's fault. And before we know it, we're fighting. But without fists. We're not punching each other, but we're fighting.
You're wrestling, right?
We're wrestling. We end up on the ground. We're rolling around on the ground. He takes the meat. Well, I'm on top of him. He takes the meat and he just puts it underneath my vest, down my shirt. And I'm fucking pissed.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
It was bad. It was, and
I'm sorry.
Cookson.
It's funny now, right?
It's funny now. It is
wasn't
funny now.
then.
But Cookson's sitting back, just laughing and giggling, and Matt Jacobs is just kind of scratching his head, and they're not breaking us up or anything.
I'm surprised they put a cell phone video on this.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm surprised they did.
There should be some video.
There was video up back then, wasn't there?
Cookson's probably got it. So
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise. Anyway, I don't know. We just kind of stopped, and we didn't talk to each other for the whole rest of the night, and then we just left, and that was it. That was it. That was my Cookson story.
Yeah.
Did
He was so proud of it, though.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Did the other guy ever get mad at him and talk to him about it, or because did he ever find out that Cookson actually did it?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. I never got an apology. Well, I think I did. I think Seth and I were actually pretty close friends. That's what was so weird about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we had a good laugh over it afterwards. I think I called him afterwards. I said, bro, I don't know what happened there. I'm really sorry. And he goes, bro, I'm sorry too. I feel stupid. I can't believe we did that. We had a great laugh over it. And actually, Seth and I became closer after that.
No, there you
Believe
go.
it or not. But then Cookson every day was reminding us of Drew, was the puppet master. It was kinda,
Yeah, he
it was
kinda
He
kinda-
always
was,
is. He just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my best Drew story.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one too.
Intelligence for evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's-
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
But that was a fun group though that we worked with.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked with you. I mean, I worked with all those guys too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the West Side light rail system pretty locked down.
Yeah. It was a good time over there.
Yeah.
Actually, I took Drew's spot, so I didn't work with Drew on trial. I did it for like a day,
Oh.
I think, and then he left. Which I'm glad I didn't work with him over there.
Yeah. No.
So I was on traffic with him for.
That you'd have
Yeah.
been
I think I was on traffic with him for like 5 years.
Practical jokes going on.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great guy, but frankly, he was. I'm glad you replaced him. To be honest, I love him, but I'm glad you replaced him. So,
Yeah, I don't.
that's
I mean,
awesome. Love
I
you,
like some
Drew.
jokes and stuff, but I don't go that out of control with those jokes.
yeah,
You know.
Yeah, that's-
I would put rotten.
that's
meat
a whole
in
nother
somebody's
level.
locker, though. That's a
Yeah.
that's a different level.
Getting people to fight over a piece of meat.
Yeah.
a rotten piece of meat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Troy was all bent out of shape about the meat his wife found on the front doorstep, and he didn't think that was funny at all.
Yeah. No.
So,
Here's-
Oh,
here to
geez.
you, Drew.
Drew, to you.
Drew.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother. Salute. You dirty bastard.
God, he was. Oh my God. He was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this podcast is pretty cool, you guys. I like
Thank you.
it. I think
Thank
you guys.
you.
I love it. Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about this for years while we're still
Yeah.
working, and it just
Yeah.
finally came once we retired. We hemmed and hawed about it. And
Yeah, a couple months, and then we started
we
really
just-
getting serious,
once
and
we just
then
got serious about it and did it.
once he stopped going around the world and going on all these trips,
Yeah.
we finally
Yeah.
got it back. You know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Tommy Buckmaster has a lot of fun around the world.
He does,
I've
yeah.
seen
Thank
that.
you. I try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of fun.
Well, you have a lot of fun too. I still
Yeah.
I still stalk you on Facebook, and I see you doing a lot of. It looks like you're everywhere. I don't even know where you're at. It looks like you're in Italy or Rome or I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot of
trips.
You and your wife are everywhere.
Yeah, no,
You're the fancy one.
my wife has got
Fancy.
some friends that they like to go out and party and have fun.
You guys are
and-
jet setters, right?
last few years have been pretty fun. They've been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We've been all around the world.
Oh,
So
I'm not
yeah,
going to say what he drove up in, but it's pretty
Yeah.
fancy.
He can say
And
it
it's-
once.
I've never seen
one that color.
either.
yeah.
That's the first one
And
that
I'll just
color
give you a
I've
hint.
seen.
Most people don't like them.
No,
That's all I'm going to say.
no. They either love them or they hate them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people catch them on fire.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, I've had a lot of
Yeah.
hatred the last few weeks.
Yeah. But I
I
didn't
just
even
don't
think
understand
of
why.
it. Knowing Mark, I should have guessed that's what he would have drove up in.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The jet setter he is.
Well, I got
Yeah.
it. When I got it, my wife was saying, she goes, it's really cool, but it looks like a refrigerator.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
would
a
agree
different
with
look.
it was a different
You
look.
should
And
put some refrigerator magnets on it.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool, and it,
Yeah.
it honestly drives fantastic.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Did you have to go on a waiting list for that? I've heard that
Yeah.
was part. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
How long
waited-
did you wait?
A year.
We should put a Tommy Buckmaster sticker on it. See?
That, it-
Oh
I got
yeah.
a logo right there.
Oh,
On the top
God.
of the fridge, see it with the little cow head? No, right here.
Oh yeah. Oh God. That'd look really good on
Yeah,
it.
right at the
kinda
back over
would.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me one of those things.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can do that.
Yeah, you
See
just
if
put it
I
right
can
on
do
the.
that. Gonna ask your wife, right?
Probably not. But
Yeah.
I like.
I
it.
don't. I don't
like the
believe. I
idea.
don't believe you right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even.
It's all right though. It's
I put that
good
$3
effort.
sticker on my. I don't know how. I didn't even guess how much that cost. So never mind.
Yeah, I've had people write on it. Yeah, I've had people, multiple
Oh, really?
people
Oh.
flipping me off.
Yeah.
yeah.
You can shoot an arrow at it. It'll bounce
When you
right
say
off.
right,
I
do you
heard
mean
on
like
Joe Rogan?
like actually carving in it or just marker?
In the dirt of
Oh,
the
okay,
car.
fair.
It wasn't bad, but
So yeah,
that's happened twice. It's all right.
it'll die down.
It'll go away. I
It'll
think
eventually
so.
go away. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't trying to make a political statement. I just thought it was a funky car. I'm going to get it.
Yeah. Totally
Funky called
interesting.
Medina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh my.
Blast from the past, right there.
Oh
yeah.
my.
If you know, you know.
That's
yes,
right.
you do.
That's right.
Yeah.
So so when did you leave Hillsboro? You said you had 23 years in law enforcement total?
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you leave Hillsboro?
It was 2017.
Okay.
It was
So before all that COVID craziness.
Yeah, I missed all that.
Lucky.
I really did luck
Gotta
out.
get the shots.
Really lucked out. And
Yeah.
Wear
you
your
know,
mask.
yeah, cops were revered back then, and
Yeah, you left on a high note.
I did. Yeah.
So what are you doing now? What have you been doing since then?
Well, so my wife, when we first started dating, she started opening up long-term care facilities. We had 2 small ones, and then in 2014, we bought a bigger one in Gresham. It was a 60-bed, and we were kind of thinking, okay, it's going to be like the care homes. She could manage them, not a problem. It was all the way out in Gresham, and on my days off, I'd go and help out, with the management of it or something like that, and we poured literally every dime we had into that business to buy it. And it was in Gresham. It was in a shitty neighborhood there. It was you couldn't get high-paying clients there at all.
Mm-hmm.
We almost went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like there was about 2 years where I was checking out bridges, thinking like, oh, that's a not to jump off, but to
Right.
live under.
Well, yeah. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said that the other day. I was telling this exact same story to somebody, and they're like, "Oh God, no! Don't say that." I go, "No, just I meant live under. I'm not going to
You gotta
jump
get,
on."
Find a
it."
place to
I
live
gotta
with a
buy
cardboard
tent,
box.
and then I have a place to
Yeah.
place to stay.
I was looking for a nice bridge. I was
wanna
going to be
stay- I wanna
snobby
stay
about
dry.
Well, it blend in down there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you remember
yeah.
TriMet? They give us homeless. They give a lot of shit to, right? Remember?
They
Back in the day?
did,
Free
yeah.
tents, free
it.
hoodies.
The parking
Yeah.
lot in Portland, they were going to give up.
yeah.
But yeah, we had that, and eventually, my wife got us a contract with the state, and it absolutely saved us. It was a game changer for us.
Awesome.
Financially, and it helped out a lot.
That's good.
So that's what I've been doing, and now we've got other medical businesses, one in LA and one here, and I manage staff. I fell into HR, which is absolutely horrible, absolutely horrible. And it was, the big change though for me was I worked with mainly alpha males in law enforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was totally used to that,
Yeah.
and then in healthcare it was all females.
Yeah.
Totally, it really is totally different. And it was,
Yeah, how you interact and everything, I suppose.
yeah. And not that we were saying or doing things that were horrible.
Right. No, it's just a completely different animal.
A totally different animal. You don't talk about the same things. So it was kind of the first almost year I felt like kind of like alone.
Yeah.
A little bit. I go to the office, people liked me and everything, but I wasn't part of a team
You're not
anymore.
part of
Yeah.
the group.
No.
Yeah.
You're not in the in crowd.
Nobody's going to talk to you, really.
I was an owner and I was a man.
Yeah.
And it was a little different. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, in the office there was somebody always in their cycle, let's just say.
Oh, sure.
Always, or a few of them. And, I was HR.
Oh my God.
I didn't. I didn't
Oh,
think.
my.
So,
Oh my.
but we all, we kind of have our cycle too, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, some days,
Every day.
little.
Yeah. Should have seen him a little bit ago.
God.
Unbelievable.
He's great now, though.
Oh, hey, yeah. He's happy.
Yeah. So that was
Maybe.
a big change, and I don't know how it was for you guys, but when I retired, a lot of my friends I had at work, I just didn't talk to anymore. I just didn't. It just I don't know.
Yeah, because they were still. they still probably stayed on for a few years. Like for us, the group of people that we normally kind of socialize with, they all kind of retired around the same time. Mm-hmm. There were several of them, and we still kind of stay in touch, have coffee, do this, do that.
Group that I stay in touch with.
Yeah.
Not as
Oh,
many
it's
as I
everybody. Yeah.
I still stay in touch with like Drew and of course Scott. And, I still ride with a bunch of guys still.
Yeah. That's you gotta. That's
He's got that to socialize.
Yeah.
I see you all the time, but we don't really stay in touch. But I would like to. But I didn't know you still had a house here. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm about 60% of the time here in Portland metro area and 40% in Hermosa Beach, California.
Oh, okay.
So I really got honestly the best of both worlds. I love living in Hermosa Beach. I love Portland still, even though I complain about LA a lot and Portland a lot. I can't stand them, and I picked the two worst states to be in business in. But it's funny because when I was in law enforcement, I worked here, and I was stuck in Hillsborough. Not stuck. I liked it here. When I was stuck in Hillsborough here, I was kind of more liberal. I was pretty liberal.
Yeah.
And
Tell.
really?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, I was, and my wife and I would always get in an argument, not arguments, but occasionally when it came to taxation. And I'm like, okay, no, we're taxed fairly. We're taxed like everybody else. Everything is fine. And she goes, no, not as a business owner. We are not. We are screwed. And as I became a full-time business owner, like 100% into it in 2017, I was just irate.
Yeah,
And
when you start looking at it, right, your eyes go, oh.
Yeah. And working in Portland my last few years, though, that completely changed me, too. That is a horrible environment down there.
Oh,
Horrible.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, it's hard to even go down. It's starting to kind of get a little better maybe in some aspects, but like it was hard to go down there, even walk around. Because remember, back in the 90s, you go down there and you walk around. It wasn't that big a deal.
Right.
And go to different bars or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Not now.
Your job down there for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Really?
fast. Well, maybe not the fastest job ever. Pretty quick.
Not, 3 hours. I mean, that's part of the reason I quit, but it seems like a cop job. So
Yeah.
Oh,
couldn't do it.
yeah, no. Law enforcement just was not liked there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were teaching their kids to hate cops and everything like that.
yeah.
And everybody had a cell phone in your face and was looking for that gotcha moment.
Yeah.
And literally every day, the last few years, literally every day, I would have to mentally talk to myself before my shift and say, don't do anything stupid. Don't say anything stupid. Don't do it. Because it seemed like every day I was walking right up that line where somebody was pissing me off so much that I could barely stand it.
I remember that.
Yeah. So for me in 2017, it was the right time for me to go.
Yeah.
It really was. I missed it for a long time, but mentally I didn't have the patience for it anymore. I really didn't.
It was because you recognize it.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting too long,
Yeah.
doing something stupid.
Yeah, and I had an incident there in downtown Portland that actually was the final straw for me too. I was kind of working the bus stops off Sandy Boulevard, Wayne Northeast, and there was this one house that we drove by, and we saw this car leaving. Me and my partner the day before, and this guy we followed. The guy was just. There's something sketchy about it. I can't remember the reason why we were following him, but probably just because he's a shitbag, and he screamed, "Pull me over!" And
Not literally.
not literally, not literally.
For your non-cop listeners, if we
Yeah.
have any.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think you're gonna.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short is that car was stolen. I saw him go into the house, and the next day, lo and behold, I was pissed off because, of course, we went to knock on the door. No one answered. And the next day, I was still pissed off about it, thinking like, how that son of a bitch got away. And it was like the parting of the ocean or something like that. As soon as I was driving by the house, he walks out and starts walking down Sandy Boulevard. And I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna go stop him. There he is. There, that son of a bitch. It was the same. I was like 99% certain it was him, and it was. And I get out to talk to him. He won't give me his name. He won't do anything like that. I go, okay. So I go to throw the chains on him, and the fight was on. And I had, were we off?
Mike was off.
It's more important than I talk anyway.
It really is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you're more important to me.
You need more airtime anyway, too. He takes up a lot of air.
Well, he's got a lot to say.
He does.
I'm kind of a
all right.
loudmouth bully.
I was getting a signal from the engineer. I'm like, I'm looking, it's on. I don't know what's going on. But it was
My shit
Tom's.
shut off. It was mine.
Oh,
It's
okay.
all right. It's all right. Keep going.
But I was so loud you got on yours. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So the fight was on, and I had not done a location change. So where dispatch thought I was, and where everybody thought I was in downtown Portland. We were working a fair mission on the trains.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so I'm
Like second in Washington.
something like
Yeah,
that.
which is a ways away from Sandy.
Ways away.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm calling for help, and I'm in the middle of a fight with this guy. And
You're by yourself, probably, right?
well, actually, no. There was a gal who I was partnered with that day, and out of the house while I'm fighting with this guy, she was helping me out trying to get this guy handcuffed. His friends come out, and she does
More
everything-
dirtbags.
total dirtbags,
Oh,
total
that's the
shitbags,
best.
and he's yelling at them. Literally, he was yelling, "Fuck him up! Get him off me!" And she was doing everything she could to keep him
Right.
back, and I couldn't see what she was doing. I heard her. I'll never forget her yelling and screaming at them to get back, though. It went on for a few minutes, and I'm rolling around in the dirt with this guy, and the neighbor starts videotaping it, which was actually, I'm really glad she did. But anyway, long story short, 4.5 minutes go by of me rolling around with this guy and her keeping him away. Cover gets there. We get him handcuffed. Everything's good. He had a bunch of warrants. But then supervisor's there, and he says, one of the neighbors says, "Hey, I got it on videotape for you." It's great. Well, at one point during that altercation, my arm went around his neck, and 'cause I had his back, and you could kind of hear that he was being,
Choked.
I guess,
He was
choked.
losing some air. Kind of.
It was
kind of a gasping type
yeah, a
of
little
deal.
bit. I mean,
Okay.
because when you got somebody's back, I mean, you kind of got, what else are you going to grab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
I wasn't full on choking him. Had I choked him, that would have been it would have been done and over with much quicker, and
Yeah.
he would have
Right.
been fine.
But I'd say that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Well,
if you ask me,
In that situation, sure.
Yeah.
why
well,
else is he fighting you?
in Portland, it was I was basically threatened that, hey, look, another second on that, and I would have been calling detectives on you. So that was about the final straw for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it ended fine.
Well, that's what they had their new. That's when they did their stupid bullshit with the
Yeah.
citizens review board.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God,
Yeah,
I couldn't
It-
imagine that.
It didn't go there, and everything worked out great. But I'll never forget that conversation I had with my wife, and she was like, "What are you doing? We've got all these employees, we've got these businesses, and you're rolling around in some ditch
with a dirt bag
with some dirt
for
ball
no reason.
Yeah.
for no reason." And back then, let's face it, I think I ended my 23-year career at about was like $38 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's about right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me
It's
anymore.
fair- it is,
Yeah.
You know what the sergeant said. Really.
The pay versus the
why would-
the benefit.
Yeah.
Because really, why is that
Risk.
guy fighting you? He would take your life in a heartbeat if he could at that time, right?
He was
Yeah.
telling his buddies to.
Yeah.
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 He doesn't care if he killed you.
Yeah, so it's just like, it didn't make any sense. The liability of law enforcement nowadays, I got to hand it, thank God we have them. But
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of glad I'm out, to be honest.
Yeah.
I missed it for a while, but it was a tough transition, but
Yeah. I don't miss it at all.
okay, I don't
miss any
either.
of it.
I don't
And we've only
either.
Yeah,
been out 7 months, 6,
Yeah.
7 months. I don't miss any of it.
Do you miss it?
Not really. I miss the people.
Yeah,
A lot of the
people.
I miss
people.
the
Yeah.
people.
I mean, we do get to socialize with a lot of them, but some of the people that are still working there, I've got 2 really good friends that work there still. Well, I got several, but
Yeah.
I mean, you still talk to them and you go, man, how do you do that? Because like now I'm like on the other side of it going, Just like you said, why are you wrestling with that guy? Why are you doing that? And we need those people out there.
Yeah, we
Thank
need-
God.
Don't get me
Thank
wrong.
God.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
But we
so
need the bullshit that they put the
thankful.
police through right now.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
need
it's
that
not
at all.
right.
If the people knew what they go through,
Yeah.
it would be a different world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't know. They have no clue.
No clue. You know, it's funny. I think when you talk to people who aren't cops or related to cops or friends with cops, they kind of just associate you with just writing tickets.
Yeah.
And they think that's all
Or,
you do.
or the horrible things like the George Floyd type thing. Oh,
Yeah.
you beat people.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, one of my favorite quotes from somebody was that what they
wasn't
said
even
about police
beaten.
work. No, well, true, but I'm saying that's what I mean by that
Yeah.
example. But like for those that understand, no explanation is necessary. For those that don't, no explanation can
Yeah.
suffice. Right, and
Yeah.
that's one
Yeah.
that always stuck with me. Someone
Yeah.
told me that like they just don't know. I mean, I remember because I was an instructor at our office, and I did a lot of teaching and stuff like that. And they brought in some media people. So we had some people that were higher up in the food chain on the training department, and they would bring media people in to do the consim stuff, the simulated fights and the gun shooting and the batons and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And-
the best thing in the world
and,
to do, I think.
Oh my gosh, some
Yeah.
of these people, and even we brought in a couple of county attorneys a couple of times. I remember, and just their eyes are like, "Oh, so that's what
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
go through," and
Yeah.
it's like the light turned on, and some of them became a little more favorable toward us as far as stories or perception, but it still. You can't get everybody through that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You just hope that you get the reporters that say, "Well, now that I've been through this, this is what they did. This is
Right.
how they react." And I immediately shot the person thinking that's what I had to do, and when they were so far up on the use of force that they shouldn't have been, right?
Mm-hmm,
So, but anyway, it just blows your mind when you're someone that doesn't know
Yeah.
and you see how we have to deal with it,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
or had to deal with it, I should say.
Or the things that happen, especially on graveyard, when you're doing patrol in the middle of the night, you're getting out of your car and pitch black, having to do crazy things to get in a position somewhere or something,
Yeah.
and take down bad guys in horrible conditions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Graveyard
crazy.
adds a whole different. It's a whole different
yeah.
world. Of graveyard.
God, it is.
You can't
Totally is.
see.
Yeah.
Just like your car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stopping and going, stopping and
Yeah,
going,
oh,
stopping and going.
God. Yeah.
It's a whole different world at night.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never had to work graveyard, except for 5 weeks during FTEP.
Oh, I did it for 3 years.
It was a
I had to.
fun shift though.
Yeah, you got
hated it.
You made fun of. We would go do these TriMet missions. Speaking of TriMet,
Yeah.
when Drew was down there,
Oh boy.
he gave
yeah.
us because I was a reserve.
Somebody
coordinator.
actually had to arrest somebody.
We always
Well,
got,
yeah, and so and he didn't like the way we were doing it. Not that he didn't like it, but like they were getting direction from Portland. And
Oh, yeah.
Portland was telling us, "Don't stop the trains."
we always heard about it too.
Oh.
Oh gosh,
The
and
fucking
Cookson was
reserves were out there stopping the trains. Go tell them
Yeah.
not to stop the trains.
And I-
Remember that?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was me.
They're up there on Sunset
Yeah.
It
stopping
was
the
me
trains.
and some other guys. Yeah, we'd do these
God,
missions.
funny.
The reserves would love it because they would
get to do
go
stuff.
and stop you. Oh, sorry, the faces of Gerba fell
Yeah,
down.
see, I told you that stuff.
I don't remember who he is. I
That's what
remember.
he's like. So that's
You
when
see
he's
that?
happy, sad,
Hashtag kill Gerba.
right?
Oh my
Those
God.
are all his facial
McKenna.
expressions.
Yeah, it's funny. They're all identical, but
Yes, it's his
but they're different.
county mugshot there. For the
Yeah.
the picture.
They're all fit.
God.
So someone did that, and they put it up in the office, and it was absolutely hilarious.
That is
So
funny.
there you go, Mikhail. There's all your faces.
Kyle.
It's funny
But
that I did that to my wife. She's Eastern European, and I make fun of her that a lot of people in her culture, and sometimes her, this is her happy face. This is her angry face. And I'm like, dear, when you're a single guy, it's really fucking hard to gauge if you have a blank look on your face all the time. Do you like
RBF?
me? Do I continue? Do I back off?
Is it the RBF thing?
She sometimes has that.
I'm not belittling your wife.
No,
Don't get me
no,
wrong.
no.
I'm just saying,
I
know
knows.
people
It's
that say that.
It's
right?
a funny joke. It's
Yeah.
a funny joke. Yeah, with
But-
her, she loves it. All her friends make fun of her for it too. And,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's him though. He's Russian, right?
That's
Literally.
why.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay,
Yeah.
they're the same. She told me before I went to Romania. She's like, "Don't walk around with a smile on your face. Don't do that. People will think you're freaking weird.
You're too happy here in
You,
Romania.
you can't do that. Yeah,
Can't be happy in
You
Romania.
know how-
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. He's always angry. It's okay.
He is always angry.
I remember him now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was always
Yeah.
angry.
It's great to hear him when somebody calls him out about a parking complaint.
Oh, yeah. Somebody needs to get a hobby.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Oh, he actually
Hey,
tells
you
him
need to get a
that.
hobby, man.
really?
Get a
Yeah.
hobby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God somebody's telling him.
Yeah.
Telling people this.
None of your
Yeah.
business, ma'am.
Yeah.
This is not a police matter.
No. God.
That's one of his favorite lines.
It's not a police
This is
matter.
not a police matter.
Yeah, but they assaulted me. It's not a police matter.
You know, I don't know why you're bothering me.
No, this
That's
is
not an assault, man.
you know,
No, he doesn't do that.
he didn't
but-
shoot you. So call me then.
No, he definitely takes his calls. He's ready to go too, though.
He's still working.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's young though.
Yeah, he's really young.
So
Well, he's not really young.
He's not going to hit his full time until he'll have 2 years extra because of the fact
Okay.
that he's young.
Yeah.
Essentially, I don't want to
Okay.
give away too much.
He's gonna go
but
27 years, right?
He's a good dude. He's ready, and a lot of us have left, and he's.
Yeah, because our department,
You know.
is really short, and it's getting
Oh yeah,
short.
well
yeah.
everybody is to some degree, but we've lost a couple to your old department.
Well,
Several of them,
and
yeah.
everybody's having a hard time finding. I mean, like
Yeah.
we were saying, it's like
It's not
back
the
in
lottery
19.
anymore.
You got like 5 people coming to a test now instead of 500 or 1,000, right?
You know, Portland
we were
in
starting.
'94, it was at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there was like
I took that- I think I
5,000
wanna say
people.
I took that test.
You might have been there.
You
I never
probably
would have
did,
saw
yeah.
you.
No, you.
Yeah. I was weeded out immediately just
So was
standing
I
in
because
line.
I didn't pass the test. I said, well, I guess I can't be a cop. I'm not smart enough.
That's what I thought too. I think if I'm up against this, I'm supposed to
guess
beat
I'm-
out
yeah.
5,000 other people. It's not ever
I
going to
guess
happen.
I'm dumb.
Yeah, I guess I'm
I
dumb.
had to take the video
dumb,
test.
How do dumb people make money?
Yeah.
What do we do?
I don't know. Rob Banks.
Oh my god!
Shit. Yeah. That's what they
Hey.
did back in
Thank
the
God.
day.
I said
Keeps the
thank God for
cycle
the
going.
video test.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's
It's not
that's
a
how I
police-
got in.
Hey, it's not a police matter,
Right.
so that's not a problem.
I could really, I can tell the difference between the police matter and not a police matter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, how did you get in?
The video test.
You did the video
I
test.
did, yeah,
Oh, that
there
was the best test
the
ever.
best test when,
That's the one I
The
took.
video test when they, you go to the
that was-
bus stop.
Did they start that
And
when?
they had 3. What would you do? They want
Right.
to pull the asp out and push.
Yeah.
Because there was
You
kids
smack the
loitering
guy.
at a bus stop, right?
Right.
That was the whole scenario, and
Yes.
they showed 3 little action clips of what the officer was supposed to do.
That's what the whole video
And
was.
so the first one was like he went up and talked to him. Then the second one is he went up and yelled at him. And then the third one he just whips out the baton and gives him a mean look.
Yeah.
Right.
What would
so
you
the,
do?
was talk to him is the right way, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly, right.
So I scored
Okay.
very high on that. On that
Yeah,
test.
because it's
Okay.
supposed to be like you don't have to be a current police officer to know
know.
what to do. Like,
It's kinda
just
common.
Yeah,
right?
it's all
Common
common
sense,
sense.
yeah.
And I was like,
But,
I think
yeah.
I was number 3.
I wanted to answer the
So-
baton, but
Yeah.
I want to pass the test, so I'm going to answer.
No, we all did that. Like, okay, the baton. But
when you
okay,
get
no,
hired,
we-
when you do the
What would
baton,
you really do? I'd smack
the
that kid in
baton.
mouth with
that's,
that.
he'll never do that again.
Yeah, that's right.
Just do it once.
We'll knock out some
this
chicklets.
is your warning.
This is your warning. We're going to be real clear. I like clarity.
Yeah.
You know, I don't no vague stuff here. I
You're
think the
going to your parents'
baton.
house and teach them
You're giving
too.
me a ticket? Well, the stop sign was your warning. I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's how I got it.
Yeah.
traffic guy here.
The math.
That's true. Yeah.
Math and reading and writing. Come
Oh
on.
Yeah.
Comprehension. Shh.
Yeah, no, I was thinking when you asked me to do this a week ago, and I was trying to think of all the crazy stuff that happened in my career, and it's kind of funny. I used to remember things a whole lot better because I used to think about them a whole lot
I
more.
know.
Now I'm so busy with other stuff.
You
I
don't remember
Well, it's
it.
you've had that distance. You've had several years
Yeah.
to kind of just not forget, but just like
just
it's
forget
not
about
it's not in the forefront anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny is I don't know if it changed you. In California we got a pretty good sized group of friends there, and they they live on Redondo Beach and Hermosa Beach and Manhattan Beach, and they play and party hard. They have fun. They're great people. They're not dirtbags. They're not shitbags, but they party hard. They'll do things that I won't do.
Yeah.
And eventually it's kind of funny. I've just kind of relaxed on some things though.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
back at to be honest, marijuana, I have a little bit of guilt over all the people I arrested for that.
Well, it's not even a crime anymore.
It's not even a
In the
crime
States.
anymore.
Well, federally it is.
I got a
but
jar
yeah.
of it in my house.
Yeah.
Do some myself.
Oh, that CBD lotion is good.
Yeah.
Helps
Yeah.
the joints. you
Yeah,
know.
it helps. Well,
Yeah.
Gummies
That's
do
what I
too,
think.
but
Gummies
I
help
don't know what
sleep.
know what you're talking about.
yeah. I
It's a
mean,
medicine.
it's
Yeah.
See, for me, it was. I definitely relaxed on certain things. I definitely did. That's one thing I think
Yeah.
towards in a lot of my career, I was uptight
I
a
thought you
little
were going
bit.
to say you have
Yeah,
your own
but see,
shop.
but you can't be mad at yourself because it's legal now.
It's legal now. Yeah.
It's like you're not
I
doing
started
anything.
a shop or something. That's what
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me.
Oh,
no,
did you?
no,
Oh.
Not yet?
Not yet. No.
Not yet?
Well,
no.
it would be perfect because you could decorate your vehicle because it's the right
It's
color
green already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
already
I
green.
didn't even-
Yeah.
That's God.
And you can,
that worked
yeah.
out perfect.
Little leaf
Wrap
right
it.
on there.
You can
Yeah.
wrap it up.
A
with
big,
some-
big
Oh, it
green
needs a
leaf
leaf.
on it. Yeah. I think that business has blown its wad though. I've heard.
Well,
Shot
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a little
Every
oversaturated.
corner.
everywhere.
You go to the coast, there's like 17 at every city.
No, I think the mushrooms,
God,
though,
that's
I
right.
think if that gets legalized, that'll be another, like, you got to get in it quick.
Yeah.
You can make a lot of money, but eventually it'll probably,
You got to paint it brown then,
I don't want to paint it brown. Yeah.
or whatever color of
That
mushroom.
would
Yeah.
just-
Kind of an
Yeah.
off brown.
That'd be
No,
much.
it'd be what you got is good. That's good.
But that was a hard thing for me, becoming, more
Right. No, that makes sense.
affiliated with people who were never cops before.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, when you're a cop and everybody knows you're a cop, they don't say everything to you.
Yeah.
So
Right.
for me, it was like, okay, he's not a cop anymore. He hasn't been for a while. They were a little bit more
Open.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But, it's for me, a lot of that stuff is not me. I probably never do it,
Probably
Yeah.
said, pass to me.
Yeah. I mean,
Hurry.
I'll do,
Pass it over here.
yeah. I'll do marijuana.
What about cocaine? It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently,
man.
I hear it's a hell of a drug.
It's a hell of a drug.
I don't
heard
know.
that from Rick James.
Yeah,
Yes, he said something about that
he did.
once or twice.
He did.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys ever experienced that
I
or
don't know.
have friends like that?
I don't know. I can't,
There's a biker club
maybe
here.
a little
I
bit.
can't
a
really
little bit. Well,
confirm
'cause
or deny.
They're guarded because I'm going to get in trouble because I'm talking to you. No, you're not. I don't really care. Do what you want.
Yeah, I don't
Just
care.
don't do it around me when I'm on duty. Then I'll
Yeah.
be fine.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
care people do.
Don't do it around me when when I was working. Like, don't do it around.
Oh
me.
God, no.
Right? You
No,
can't.
I don't want to be anywhere
Yeah.
affiliated with that at all. huh?
Drinking was one thing, but everything else was. I'm out. I got to
Yeah.
leave. You got to take yourself out of the equation. No, I'd stay and watch. I
Yeah.
wouldn't partake in some of that stuff, obviously.
I'm
but
not going to answer that question.
yeah,
But,
no, you're
I
not.
plead the fifth,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Best.
That
3
might-
words. Not going to
might
answer.
incriminate me right now.
Yeah.
3 words. Not going to answer.
Not going to answer. Tommy Buckmaster.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
I have to think about that. Is it 3 words?
It's 3. I just counted. It's,
Okay,
it's
thank
3.
goodness.
It's
I was
for
right
not
then.
going to answer. It's for.
No, I
Not
said not gonna
going.
Not gonna
Gonna.
answer.
Not
Not gonna
gonna.
answer. Not
Not
gonna
gonna
do it.
answer.
Not gonna do
Not
it.
gonna do
Not
it.
Yeah.
prudent at this juncture.
Yeah. Yeah. That was another big surprise for me though. Just hanging out with people who were
Oh,
never
yeah.
cops before.
Yeah.
They're different. And
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. It was kind of like, oh my God, all these people do all this other crazy shit.
Party.
And they have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
well, it's not
four-
we
You're a
damn
jet
fun.
setter,
40s or
dude.
50s.
Those
They're
jet
yeah.
setters party, bro.
Yeah.
They do.
Making it rain.
They do.
Tom does that.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Tom
He
does
does.
not do
He
that.
does.
Does
Tom
Tommy
tries
Bu-
to do that, but Tom.
Tommy Buckmaster. makes
That's
it
another
rain.
story, isn't
That's
it?
That's a whole
Well,
nother
there's a guy named Steve that does that. So some of you might know who Steve is, but some people don't.
Steve.
It's an inside joke. I'll tell you later
Oh, I can't wait.
when we get off the air.
So we're getting close. So
we're getting close to the
but
end.
If you were to tell a new person or a person that's in there now,
New copper.
what would be advice you would give to them looking back on your career that maybe either you would have changed or wish you would have done better, or and it can be anything.
Nobody likes those type of cops who are just wound up way too tight, who are just
RoboCop.
so by the frickin' book.
You should have ran that guy.
Yeah.
No, don't run him because then you're going to have to drive somebody.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
You should have ran that guy.
God.
Oh, man.
I have to run that guy. Shut the fuck
Exactly.
up. I don't have to fucking run everybody.
We had a situation on a train where I think it was near the end of our shift, and I was just going through the motions, and I probably
ready
should
to
have
go
ran
home.
the guy's name, but I was like, no, I want to go home.
Yeah. No, we
I
all
don't
get
want to
there.
go to the
Yeah.
jail again.
All
Yeah.
the skill,
None of the will.
that's
Yeah.
our motto.
The
All
will
skill,
was-
no will.
The skill was there, the will was not.
Yeah, so it's there.
Yeah, it starts out, at the beginning you have all the will in the world, but no
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah.
And then it just
You become
kind
a
of
senior-
flip flops at the
senior
end.
dude.
We even had a coin made for our day shift people.
That's right.
All skill,
Who
no
are you
will.
to tell me I should do anything?
I was
Yeah.
this person got on me so bad for not running this guy's name, and I was just like, I want to go home.
Did they have a warrant?
No,
They-
we don't
I
know.
don't know.
you
I-
never, so you didn't actually
I
do
didn't
it.
do
Okay,
it. I didn't
good.
do it, and he freaked out over that. And Tommy Buckmaster here was like, "Hey, chill the fuck out. It's not a big goddamn deal."
Yeah.
And
Why? Because he accosted in front of all these fucking civilians.
he was all upset about it.
What the fuck? If you're
Was it
upset
a-
about it, don't do it here.
But
Was
you
it
know-
a hard charger type person or
Yes.
was it a
Yeah.
new person? Okay.
No, it's a
No,
hard
he was,
charger.
he was
Okay.
a hard charger. He
Okay.
was,
He's a
was-
good guy.
He is.
I'm fine with
He's a
that,
great
but yeah,
guy,
at some
but
point
he's
you go, blinders.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
But
you don't
I'll
wanna
bet
do
you
it.
anything right now, though, he probably would be. If that
He'd be-
situation would
I
happen
think-
again,
yeah, it wouldn't happen now.
he wouldn't care. Yeah, but I think I think some cops get a little wound up way too tight, and they don't see that they are weird to other people.
Yeah, the big picture.
Yeah. Not looking at the big picture, essentially.
Yeah,
Okay.
big picture is big. It really
Yeah.
is. And I think we've met a lot of people over the years when we were in our career who we took to jail who were actually really decent people but had a really fucking bad night.
Yeah,
and it
of
probably
course, there's always
ruined the
some
rest
of
of their
those.
life.
Yeah.
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 You don't think about that when you're doing it because I'm new, I'm arresting people, I'm taking them to jail, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and then you go later on you go, ooh, what happened to that
I
person?
got that.
Right?
I got a break. I got
Yeah.
stopped by the Gresham PD. I was freaking hammered for Dewey back when I was younger. And they
Yeah.
gave me a break.
Yeah.
Changed your life doing that.
Because I would
Yeah.
be a different person right now.
Totally.
They let my wife drive me. She wasn't my wife then, but they let her drive me home.
I had
And I'd be a different person right now if I would have went to jail.
it would have changed your
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
Your friends, your wife, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Career opportunities, everything. Yeah.
I had
Except
one of
a
those.
little bit.
I had one of those incidents a few years ago, where it was this one guy. I was pulling up to my house, and turned left into my driveway, and this car in this just piece of shit beater truck came by me and didn't like that I'd slowed to turn into my driveway and flipped me off, yelled something, and I was just having one of those days. Again,
Yeah.
it's a good thing I had retired. I was my
yeah.
patience level is not what it used to be, and I sat in my driveway for a second. I said, "Let it go, let it go." The guy is just
Yeah.
total freaking trash. Let it go. And then Cookson was like in the other ear, Drew, and he's like, "No, go. You need to tell him how you feel."
Yeah.
I was like, "You're right." And I did. I went up,
no.
and I caught up to him.
You gave him the sausage, huh?
He pulled into the one of the dumps. When you take your pickup truck to the dump.
yeah.
He pulled in there, and I was like, "Oh, I got this motherfucker." And I pulled in right behind him. There was nowhere for him to go.
Oh no.
And I went up to his window, and I gave him a tongue lashing like you would not believe. I started making fun of him, and things came to me. That were actually genius, but horrible.
Oh no.
Because I'll never forget, his girlfriend actually wasn't that horrible looking, and he was just garbage. And I kept making comments like that, and it was just bad. So anyway, that was a time, and I actually got the people that they're like 3 or 4 guys who worked there escorted me off. I mean, I was like, "You're right. I'm leaving. I'm leaving."
Yeah,
I
crossed
left.
the line.
I crossed the
Oh
line.
no.
But it was rather embarrassing.
Yeah.
Wife wasn't impressed by the story, and
No, yeah, probably not.
But yeah, a lot of people just have a bad day, and it can screw
Yeah.
the rest of their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be my advice. Just keep that in mind with people. You don't always need to be the hard charger.
Yeah.
Don't fixate on your stats or anything like that, or bull crap like that.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
People do that.
That's good advice.
Very good advice.
That's it.
We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you,
having
Mark.
me.
Great
Yeah.
seeing you.
Great seeing you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We'll do it again sometime,
Yeah,
hopefully,
we will.
without the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Be more interesting.
Go get some
Oh,
drinks.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually tell the really good stories.
Yeah, get some drinks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Again, thanks, Tall for Coffee. Thanks for the sponsorship.
Oh, and Gerba, it's not a police matter.
Yeah, it's not a police matter.
Don't worry
See you
about
next
it.
week. Peace. All right.